Hi everybody, I'm Carrie from the Frog Project, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the power of yoga in relation to getting a little bit more focus in your life, a little bit more presence, also known as mindfulness, and showing up with this attitude of focus. So in yoga, this is called the jnana bhava. Jnana means knowledge, a Sanskrit word that talks about helping us to create this inner strength that comes from being one-pointed, having a single focus and letting all the other things fall away to the wayside while we are concentrating on speaking to somebody, on cooking, on brushing our teeth, whatever it is we are doing so with all of our being. So this is a great thing to practice in yoga, and many yoga poses help us to cultivate this sense of the jnana bhava, or the attitude of focus. It's really helpful to do in balance, and so today we're going to practice in our tree pose, which is a really great place to practice this bhava of jnana. So coming to a nice standing pose, spread your toes, maybe lift into the balls of the feet, lift the heels, and then lower the heels back down. And finding this connection, this anchor. So whatever pose you are in, the part of the body that is connected to the floor is your anchor. So you can spread the toes, place them down, and maybe squeeze the feet into the ground like you're squeezing into wet sand, digging your toes into wet sand. As you do, you press the heels down as well, and maybe the arches of the feet. There's this sensation of lifting away from the floor. This is your foot lock. You can do the same with your hands. So if you're in tabletop or down dog, you've got 4 points of contact. Standing, we have 2. Balance, we have 1. So let's try together, using or keeping the anchor of your left standing leg. So spreading the toes, pressing the foot into the floor. See if you can bring your right foot away. Good, and then bringing the foot to the inside of the ankle, big toes pressing into the floor, heel pressing into the leg. If this is enough, stay here. If there's more room to bring your leg to the lower portion, so underneath the knee, or maybe there's space to bring it a little bit higher to the upper leg. So wherever you are, take a moment, get comfortable, and check back in with that anchor, that root point. Good, and then take a moment here, roll through the shoulders and find something comfortable to do with your hands. A really nice one for focus is to bring the hands to this Anjali mudra, also known as prayer pose. And you can concentrate here on the fingers and the palms in contact with each other. And the same with the leg, pressing into the foot. Keeping the hip in, the spine straight, shoulders relaxed, face soft. Well done. So from here we are connecting with this power of one-pointedness or single focus. The focus is the breath, and the focus is your gaze, your drishti. So find a point in front of you. Let your gaze become really soft around this point. And here you have your drishti. And the drishti is really helpful in yoga to help us stay in a pose, to stay focused in a pose. And you can bring this into life as well. So take one more breath here. And then as you breathe out, release the arms, release the leg. We're going to continue practicing, but making sure that we're evening out both sides. Shift the weight into the right standing leg now. That grounding through your foot as you bring your opposite foot to the same place you had on the other side. Keeping your drishti, your point of focus. And you can allow your gaze to soften, so you're not trying to burn a hole in the wall or the window with your eyes. But you let your gaze get really wide, like you're looking at a beautiful horizon. And from here, steady gaze. Now allow your breath to become steady too. And then with those two things nice and steady, your mind will also become calm. When all these three things are aligned, the gaze, the breath, the mind, then you have a chance of being here in balance. But as soon as your gaze or your eyes start to dart around, or a memory takes you into another realm, then your breath will start to become uneven and you will surely fall out of your pose. So let's hold here for another moment or two. And when you're ready, release the hands, release the leg, and come back to standing on both feet. Grounding down, maybe a roll through the shoulders, palms forward. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. Keep your drishti, your point of focus. Allow your breath to stay steady and your mind to stay calm. Let's stay for 5 more breaths. If you find yourself being pulled away, guide yourself back to the very next breath in and the very next breath out. Good. And when you're ready, release the hands, release the legs. Thank you so much for practicing this with me today. Take a moment to reflect on how easy this is for you and how hard. And once you are able to stay focused for 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe even 5 breaths, how do you feel afterwards? This is something you can practice in yoga. This is also something you can practice any time of day. So maybe you're in the supermarket queuing up. Maybe you soften your body, feel connected to the floor. Choose a point of focus. Let your gaze soften and widen. And take 3 breaths. See if you can see each breath all the way through 2-3 times. You can do this. Taking a break from work, spin your chair around and try it, just looking at the wall, grounded down through your sitting bones. So give it a go. Let me know how it goes. And the more you practice, the more it becomes second nature. Then we can stay one-pointed in our conversations with people, in our relationships with the world around us. So it's not easy, but it's worth giving it a shot. So good luck. Let me know how you get on, and I'll see you soon.